We're ready. Okay. Great. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by Mr. Jeff Reeb, tonight's stand-up comedy performer. We're going to do a little pre-show interview, and welcome. Thank you very much. It's really great to be here. Great honor. Wow. Jeans, didn't realize we were going to be so casual for the interview. So I didn't realize we were dressing up. Got the hair gel going on, and is that did you put dye in your goatee? I've got a new beard balm. I guess maybe it has might have some dye in it. Sure it does. Yeah, I think we had some agreed upon questions for the interview. We just maybe do those. Yes, the agreed upon questions. Oh, right. Let's just take a quick look. What do you hope to accomplish with this special? Really? Who are your comic influences? Nobody cares. Where did the idea for this special come from? And said blah 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 blah. Look, come on. You got to admit these are some pretty hack, off the shelf filler kind of questions. Look, I think people might be interested in hearing the answer to some of those questions. Really? Okay, well, maybe you have some questions. Great idea. And I do. Here's what I think everybody wants to know. What makes you think, and we're talking you specifically here, that you're ready for this whole special thing? Well, I've been working really hard. I think it's time. Really. You think you're ready for a full stand-up set. I mean, what's the longest set you've done publicly to date? Like 9, 10 minutes? As it happens, I did a full hour set just last month. Oh, right. Yes, you did the assisted living facility. Did an hour there, but I mean, it's not like the group there can just sort of get up and leave, right? We did not force anybody to stay in the room for the show. Didn't force them to stay, but you would have had to get their walker for them if they really wanted to leave, right? Yes. Isn't it true that you just started doing comedy, or what you call comedy, just at the end of last year? Look, I put in as much mic time as I possibly could. I've been getting some great coaching, and I've also been working, with a small community of other comedians, and I think it's coming along really nicely. See, now that's interesting. You said you've been working with a community of other comics. And yet I notice you don't have an opening act for tonight. Why is that? Well, yeah. So this is a clean set, and I don't have anybody in my community that's local, also does clean, that I could get for that date. Really? And it doesn't have anything to do with, let's say, like budgetary concerns? No. Are you sure? Because I have a copy here of your household budget, and I'm not seeing any room for an opener. Where did you... Okay, look, let's move on. You say you've done as much mic time as you could get, but what type of crowds were you getting? I mean, numbers-wise. I've been getting crowds somewhere in the 20 to 25 people in a crowd. You know, these are smaller, intimate venues. Right. And great word, intimate. Meaning small numbers. Got that. And of those crowds, how many were other comics that were sitting at the back of the room thinking about their own thing and not really listening to anything that you were doing? Yeah, so that's a dynamic that, you know, a lot of stand-up comics just have to go through. All right, so let's call it a majority of the people in the room weren't even probably aware that you were on stage. But that's not what I'm concerned about. So the rest, we take out that majority, the rest of the people there, how many of those people were your friends and family? Yeah, I'm not sure I'd know that number. You're not sure how many of the non-comedian members of the audience were your friends and family. I mean, it's a small number. You can't even take a guess at how many there were. No, look, there were other people there. Let's just say it's a majority of the non-comedian members of the audience that are friends and family. Let's move on a little bit. You mentioned you were getting some coaching, and I want to touch on that. So your coach gets paid by you. So he's kind of incentivized to have you thinking that you're progressing along, that your act is gaining some value. Isn't that about right? Look, I seriously doubt that my coach, great guy, would let me do something I wasn't ready for. Okay, but you didn't really ask him about doing this special tonight, did you? No. So let's really get down to it. I think what I would like to know, I think what most of us would like to know is what makes you think that you can pull this off? I mean, limited experience, very, very limited experience, and yet you're going to try to do a special. I just kind of don't have a sense of what makes you think you get to succeed at this without putting in the years of work. What did you do? Pack this audience with a bunch of friends and family? Look, I just want to put on a good show. I want people to laugh and have a good time. I want people to have fun and just to be part of being alive and in the world. You know, life is a great place to be, and I think it's a lot of fun. Wait a minute. Is this part of the act? Because that's good. That's funny. I think I can bring laughter to the... That's pretty funny. I hope that's a big part of the act, because that's gold. You know what? This interview is over. Wait. Where are you going? I don't need you to finish this interview. I can do it look, I can do it. I can do the interview. Jeez, sensitive. That last bit really works, but what a baby.
How do you think he'll do?
Oh, him? He's going to be dying in a tiny room.